My friends, those of you of the Democrat persuasion, listen to this fella. This guy is the former Obama campaign manager. I mean, he's one of you. Listen to this fella.
Well, as we told you at the top of the hour, there are a few, we're being honest now, Democratic candidates who concede that, quote, decriminalizing illegal border crossings would destroy the country. It would be unprecedented and kind of nuts, actually.
Congressman Ryan, are Senator Sanders' proposals going to incentivize undocumented immigrants to come into this country illegally?
Yes, and right now, if you want to come into the country, you should at least ring the doorbell.
Of course, since this is the 2019 Democratic Party, it was Bernie Sanders who got...
Not that guy. Stay tuned here.
Silence. A scowling, angry silence. How dare you? So if the Democrats retake the White House, and it could happen, don't lie to yourself, decriminalizing illegal immigration is going to be at the very top of the agenda. Now, that is going to be great for illegal immigrants and for people living, billions of people living in poor countries around the world. What will it mean for America? Well, we told you we were going to talk to CBB Chief Mark Morgan about that. He just got called to an emergency meeting at the White House. So we are proud to have, stepping in for us tonight, Robin Biehler. He's a former regional campaign manager.
This guy.
For Barack Obama. Robin, it's great to see you tonight. Thank you very much.
Campaign manager for Obama.
Appreciate it. So what would this is a new idea. It's never been proposed by any mainstream politician in the history of the country that I'm aware of. Certainly, it's something that Barack Obama never would have said.
Thank you.
And now it's a mainstream position among Democratic candidates. It's the popular position. What would happen to the country if we enacted this into law?
Well, I can answer that quite easily because Obama's former DHS secretary, Judge Johnson, said that this would be a catastrophic problem, that it would create an overburden on our system of government here. So I take him at his word. Obama knew what he was doing when he put him in that position. That's why I was his campaign director. He knew what he was doing. He was once labeled the deporter-in-chief, and we caught a lot of flack for that, but he was upholding the laws of our country. I think right now, honestly, my party, there are members who are, they're missing an opportunity here because every credible poll shows that immigration is in the top 3 concerns for most American citizens in our country. And we're just not doing it. The best I heard last night was a casual mention that we're all for secure borders. I'd like to know how. Talk about what worked on Obama's plan and how you can make it better.
What do you think, just spitballing here off the top of your head, what do you think the constituency, the percentage of the American population is that is for giving free government paid for health care, taxpayer paid for health care to people here illegally, 22 million people, and anyone else who comes? How many people are for that, would you say?
It would be in the single digits. I mean, let's be intellectually honest. And there were some moderate Democrats last night who were being just that. And Senator Klobuchar, she was very intellectually honest. And she said, "Hey, some of these sound like great ideas, but they'll never pass Congress. They just won't work. And we need to be honest." You know, I have all respect for everybody that was up on that stage last night. But honestly, some of their proposals sound to me like they were written for press releases rather than for policies that may actually stand a chance of passing.
But one of these people, and probably one of the more radical ones, if I had to bet, it would be Elizabeth Warren or Kamala Harris, is going to be the nominee, and pretty soon, really. And they're going to be stuck with these positions. Can you win a general election promising free health care to the world?
You know, and that comes back to election politics. We're talking about winning the Democratic nomination, so that they're talking about the primary. So I understand the pivot to the left to capture the hearts of our voters, but we'd also need to look past that at the general. You can't just completely change your position come the general election. There can be some nuanced changes, but you can't just all of a sudden on a dime change your position to try and be more electable to the general public.
Yeah, I mean, people have TiVo, like they have recordings.
Thank you.
Yeah. Robin Biehler, great to see you tonight. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Tucker.
Incredible. And that's former Obama campaign director talking about these current Dems. Wow.